Once considered one of European football's brightest talents, someone whose on-ball wizardry could return football back to its free-flowing state, another €100 million teenager seemed to be destined for football greatness. Yet, here we are, watching as his magic slowly dissipates, wondering how this Portuguese prodigy's rise has taken on a different direction, slowly falling from grace. If you have not noticed from the title, intro, or thumbnail, I'm talking about Joao Felix. November 10th, 1999, in Viseu, Portugal, Joao Felix was born. His footballing career would start an hour north in Porto with FC Porto, where he would grow and develop in their ranks before eventually leaving to Padronesi FC, and then SL Benfica in 2016. Joao would join the Benfica under-17s and over the course of the next 2 years would get called up to their senior squad in 2018. He earned this call-up after being extremely influential as a left winger for Benfica B, scoring 7 and assisting 5 in 27 appearances over 2 seasons in a talented Benfica B team that rostered Jota and Ruben Diaz. Joao played along the attacking front and even as an attacking midfielder, showing a lot of versatility and a wide array of talent in his dribbling, passing, and shooting. Before we go any further, please help me out by sharing, liking, and subscribing. 2018, the year Joao made it to the senior Benfica squad. Being only 18 at the time, not much was expected. Although seen as a great talent, he was still very raw. Missing out on the squad opening game day, combined with only playing 3 minutes in the second game, showed where he was valued in the squad. Benfica's third game of the season was against Sporting CP in the Derby de Lisboa. This was a Sporting team captained by Nani, with the likes of Bruno Fernandes and Rafinha as well. Sporting took the lead thanks to a penalty in the 64th minute. A few minutes later, Joao would be subbed on as an attacking midfielder, scoring from a header in the 86th minute to secure a point for Benfica as well as his first senior goal. Although scoring a big goal in the derby, Joao did not see the field much following the week, but did start the week after on the left wing, scoring a goal before coming off with an ankle injury that would cause him to miss the next month. Upon his return, Joao would appear in 79 minutes of football over the next 7 matches, managing 1 assist. The start of the new year prompted a massive change for both Benfica and Joao. Manager Rui Vitória, after 4 seasons, would be sacked following a poor showing in the UCL and 3 losses in 8 in the league. Benfica would hire the Benfica B coach, Bruno Lage. Under former manager Vitória, Benfica played a 4-1-4. Lage changed the formation to a 4-4-1-1 with Joao Felix as the second striker. In this position, Joao exploded, putting the entire footballing world on notice. He would go on to score 15 goals and grab 9 assists along with dazzling performances in the Europa League quarter-final where he bagged a hat-trick and an assist. The meteoric rise of Felix after the season caught the eye of major Spanish club Atletico Madrid. Atleti under manager Diego Simeone had become one of the best clubs in the world, perennially challenging the likes of Barcelona and city rival Real Madrid for the league, also challenging some of Europe's best in the Champions League. Up to this point, Antoine Griezmann had been the main man for Atleti, playing in that second striker position, and after a saga in the prior summer between Barça and Griezmann, the Catalan team decided to trigger his steep release clause of €120 million, prompting Simeone and Atletico to seek a replacement as they landed on Portuguese rising star Joao Felix. Although this deal would not be cheap, as Atleti would pay a king's ransom of €126 million, which is 5th on the all-time most expensive transfers list. Of course, paying that much for a 19-year-old with only 1 year of top-level football under his belt was a huge risk. But Atleti had produced many world-class forwards, such as Diego Costa, Fernando Torres, and Sergio Aguero. Joao's first season with Los Rojiblancos was underwhelming, scoring 9 and assisting 3 over 36 matches in all comps. He did manage to show flashes of brilliance and quality, but it was made apparent that he was still extremely raw, and was not a Griezmann replacement despite costing more. Of course, his transfer fee made it hard for him to be judged fairly by fans and media alike. There was also another factor: style of play. Simeone's Atleti had been built on a strong defensive mentality to sit back and break, scoring on the counter. That sort of hard defensive work rate and countering was not familiar to Joao. Playing for Benfica in Portugal gives an attacking player a lot of the ball, as they are often seeking to break down low blocks. Joao's tremendous on-ball skill thrived in these scenarios. The following season was more of the same from Joao. Moments that shows value, but still major inconsistencies in his game. Although, Atletico did break their 7-year duck with a league win, but it was mostly off the back of their defense, as they only conceded 25 goals. Joao still managed 7 goals and 6 assists in the league, as Luis Suarez was the main goal scorer, finishing with 21 goals. Joao's next season with Atleti proved again to be filled with inconsistencies, scoring 10 and assisting 6 across all comps. Simeone and Joao's relationship had begun to become publicly toxic, as frustration and tension mounted between the two and their style of play. Joao yearned for more freedom in his role to use his full skill set, while Simeone refused to budge on his defensive tactics. The following summer transfer window would be filled with linking Joao away from the club, as both Simeone and other board members wanted to move on from the Felix experiment. Unable to get a move done in the summer, they would eventually accept a loan condition from London club Chelsea. 11 million, the cost of the loan fee for Chelsea, but it was part of a new Chelsea regime under new owner Todd Boehly. Felix's debut was much anticipated from football fans around the world, as they all hoped that he could find a new home in the Premier League while establishing his quality along with the wonderful flair. Unfortunately, this would not be the case. 58 minutes into the match, Joao would receive a red card for a poor tackle, and this would pretty much sum up his 6-month loan, as he managed to finish with 4 goals in 942 minutes of football. Joao would go on another loan spell, this time to another La Liga club in Barcelona. Barca's attack was struggling under Xavi, so a loan could supply them with a lot for a cheap cost. Xavi and Barcelona's style with quick passing seemed to fit Joao extremely well, as he quickly gelled into the first team. With that said, many of the same problems would rear their head again. Problems such as inconsistencies in playing form and the ability to be clinical in front of goal was sorely missing, be it the final shot or pass. He often looked very comfortable with the likes of Lewandowski, Rafinha, and Pedri, but ultimately he finished with similar numbers from previous seasons, scoring 7, assisting 3, returning back to the capital, as Barca did not have the money to make the deal permanent. August 2024. Chelsea made a surprise move for Joao Felix, signing him for €52 million and inking him to a 7-year deal. Chelsea's manager had changed since Joao's last time in London. However, not much had changed with his playing form, and with Chelsea's bloated squad and Joao's want for more consistent game time, he moved to Italian giants AC Milan. Milan, much like Chelsea, had been struggling since new owners took over. The move to Milan created a lot of buzz for footballing fans, as they were excited to see Joao at his free-flowing best with a new-look Milan team. Though, this is not what would happen. Struggling once again to make a real impact with Milan, and with them crashing out of the UCL to Dutch side Feyenoord, it is looking like another failed loan spell for Joao Felix, with the Rossoneri even saying that a permanent deal will not be done. This brings us to our current situation of an uncertain future for the once highly regarded Portuguese international. There is reported interest from Aston Villa and their manager Unai Emery, although we will have to wait and see if that deal materializes. Now 25 in what seems to be a stalling career begs the question if the once stylish, free-flowing, effervescent Joao Felix can ever live up to his potential, or will he go down as one of the most expensive flops?